everyone, and welcome to the Anime Izakaya Podcast, week 9 of the fall 2019 anime season. On this show, we'll be discussing the current season of anime airing every week. I'm your host, David, and joining me on the panel today, we have Stren.
Hi, guys.
Next up, we have Brian.
Yo. Ooh.
Next time, we have Ku.
Well, hello there.
And next, we have Taylor.
Hello.
And finally, we have Sasha.
Hello.
All right. We're going to jump in right into My Hero Academia. So this is just picking up where we just started the raid last week. And here we saw, I forgot to get the guy's, the minion, he basically like drugged himself super hard with that booster.
The little tiny guy.
Mimic?
Yeah, Mimic, yeah. He basically like super drugged himself and made himself into the underground maze. And then we had, it's basically the episode with Sun Eater or Tamaki. He was the one that got left behind, had to deal with the 3 other people.
Whoa. He didn't get left behind. He chose to stay behind.
He chose to be a beast.
Sorry, chose.
It was his time to shine, man. It was his episode.
He chose not to be a little bitch and finally started to face his fear.
Whoa, shots fired.
Break out of his anxiety.
It would have been great
Kind of appreciate,
if
right?
his hand transformed into a bunch of pills. He's like, oh, you guys should have known about this.
Yeah, I was actually like, I've been wanting to know like more about this guy. To kind of give like the reasoning of like the big 3.
Dude, Togaga still looks creepy when he's a little kid.
No, I feel like as a kid, he didn't look as bad. It fit the character pretty well.
I don't think this guy looks creepy at all. I think.
Yeah, what's wrong with you guys? Why are you guys
Dude,
bullying him, dude?
His little eyes are just
I think
funky.
it looks kind of creepy too. I really can't get over it. Like I keep on waiting. He's so
Because
nice.
like every
It makes me question his motives.
every anime eyes is just like normal people's like white space. This is all completely black, like little tiny little dots. Like
Are you saying
not
All Might
weird.
looks weird too then?
He does.
No.
Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
Black lifeless eyes.
All right, then. Rip.
Well, I suppose he doesn't have those eyes anymore, but you know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Do you guys remember what the bullet people are called? Like the 8
Eight bullets of the
8 bullets.
Hisaku.
The what?
the 8 bullets of the Hasai.
Okay, right.
Oh.
That's I mean, that's pretty like I mean, it's pretty. It's still pretty nuts. I guess that Sun Eater is taking on 3 of them, but I guess we really don't know how strong they are.
I don't really know if they're the 3 bullet. Are they like more like groups? Like it's like 8 bullet groups, or is it just like are they actually talking about 8 individuals?
There's 8 individuals in the group. I
Yeah, I
believe.
think it's 8 people. I think. Okay, so Sun Eater took 3 of them out, and is the guy that like rushed the main door, like the giant dude? Do you guys think he's one of them as well?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that then they have the
yeah.
guy. Then they have the guy that merged into the wall. So it's 5. So there's like 3 left,
I don't believe
right?
so.
That we haven't seen, or we they haven't gotten to battle with them.
I don't know. I got lost in their little whole like trash talk. Why they're like, we were trash, but our leader,
Yeah, I
tells us we were more than that.
Yeah, they mentioned that time like a few times. And then Sun
Like,
Eater's
I'm
like,
sorry. How low does your self-esteem have to be? When people are devaluing your crystals, they're like, oh, these aren't upgrade level. I felt like trash. Oh.
dude, let's be honest. If those crystals were worth anything, this guy would not be like a for hire guy.
Dude, if he
But he
played
would
it
be-
smart, he would do what the Beers did, where pretty much they have the only market for diamonds. They charge the price. If he would have done that, he would have been successful.
Well, he was being
And
used
that-
by another guy, so
But that's what I'm saying. If he became self-aware after that, he listened to a few like self-help books. Pretty sure he would have changed his life. But now he's hanging out with that fucking guy who eats things for a living, and then what's that one guy do? He like takes other people's objects if he sees
yeah,
them.
he's
That's such a limb.
his power, his quirk is larceny, so he just steals anything
Yeah,
that I think he can see.
I
or
like
something.
I like how all these people's abilities were perfect against Sun Eater.
yeah. Is a perfect setup. By the way, Sun Eater, I gotta say this, guys. I think his character is fairly interesting. However, those goggles with that hood, it's just so stupid. I'm sorry.
Dude, it reminds me of it reminds me of Assassin's Creed or
No,
Talon.
man.
You gotta be
Imagine-
edgy, man.
Bro, that like, do you want to go snowboarding or you want to go to They make up spells. Pick one or the other.
No, he's Ezio. He's gonna jump through a pile of hay.
Whoa, but Ezio at least did not wear weird goggles, man. Okay, I'll be honest with you guys. Here's why I'm judging goggles. There's a class novel that sometimes we read, but I completely threw it out because I was boring. About a kid who has trouble with vision because his brother poured paint in his eyes.
What
So
the
he
fuck?
wears these goggles to play soccer.
What
So
the
I'm just
fuck?
like, that's Sun Eater right there. Yeah, go check it out. It's a real book. It's called Tangerine. Check it out.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, because Stren reads.
Oh, you can't prove that.
I want to mention too, Centipede guy actually did something.
Wait, who?
The
Centipede
Centipede guy, he actually has
Oh,
like
yeah.
powers.
Yeah, centipede arms, guys.
He's actually
Those are
more
the
useful than
age
Bubble
You
Girl.
guys better put some respect on his name now. He's actually doing something.
He's just more creepy than ever now. Like I don't want to see that guy. I don't want to see his arms
honestly,
ever.
what did you expect from Centipede guy?
I don't want to see his arms like ever. God, that was creepy.
He's
know why
a
he does
giant
that?
centipede.
Yeah.
He's like your human resources guy who does the PowerPoints about sexual harassment, and then he has to separate the two people away from each other.
How do you want to insult this guy after seeing his abilities?
I'm sorry, bro. They're just not that good enough yet for me. Like,
I mean,
I don't
let's
know.
compare it to turning water to vinegar, man. Let's be honest.
Right. It's not that
Bro,
bad. Come on.
wait. Where's that comparison coming from?
From earlier
Because,
on, when
4 episodes ago, way back when All Might was saving this kid that was drowning, and everyone was laughing at the kid because he was just turning the water to vinegar.
and
Hey,
nobody
that
wanted
has
to save him.
You could make a lot of cleaning solutions with that.
Oh, right. He can open his own pickling factory, right?
There,
Makes
dude,
ton of
he makes
money.
some profit. This guy,
Right.
he's gonna be judged just by his looks.
Yeah, that guy just messed up.
I mean,
just
there's already a lot of weird people in Hero Academia. Like, just
Yeah,
like you're born with like your defect is basically your quirk.
What
that's true.
What do you think of like Sun Eater's backstory? I guess it was just kind of typical.
Yeah, I kind of expected that coming in, just because he's always had low self-esteem, and I guess Togata is the one that kind of brought him back up. Gave
Yeah,
him some
that's true.
confidence.
I will say it did seem typical at first, but then I like the fact when he's talking to Togata and he's like, "Man, how do you stay so confident?" He's like, "What do you mean? I stay confident because of you." And he's like, "What do you mean, bro?" And then Togata tells him, "Listen, man, you're like so fucking anxious about this thing, but you still try it out anyways. That makes me feel really good about it." I was like, that's actually a pretty good outlook.
Yeah.
So
Well, the thing that kind of weirded me out is maybe I'm just looking into it too much. But if you think about it, he referred Togata as like the sun, and his name is Sun Eater, and he really looks up to Togata, right? So it makes you wonder if there's like a deeper connection that he feels towards Togata rather than
like he ate
just
his ass in
friendship.
college.
Right? Something like that, you know? Maybe.
Wait, so I have a
It's
question. Right?
2019, so
I have a actually pretty good question. Like, so this dude ate a crystal and got the crystal power. So if he ate All Might's hair, would he get one for all? Actually, that's never mind. I'm dumb. If he ate someone else's hair, would he get their power?
No, because I think he ate the crystal, so he basically
It's
the
the
crystal. He can use crystal. It wasn't because of the power of the crystal. It was because like the actual rock, like because he ate like a sort of rock.
right.
that
Yeah,
he
I
So
was-
if this
bring
dude
the rock
literally
out.
eats anything, he can become that thing. That's pretty.
So maybe
Yeah.
if he eats someone's hair, he just turns into their hair.
That person, I guess. Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
I think earlier on in the show, I don't remember where it was, but I think they made it, or they pointed out the fact that All for One can only be passed on if the person that has it
that's true.
is willing to is like actually the one that's passing it over.
Yeah, good call.
So, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be probably some sort of over future with that, or somebody's gonna have something to go against it. So we'll see.
We shall see. So, thoughts about the overall fight, guys?
I thought, dude, his chimera or his like Kraken
Oh yeah, that was
form, I thought it was
badass.
pretty sick.
That was
Yeah.
pretty dope.
Yep. So
Dude,
sick.
That's the best
Until that
excuse.
guy woke up from his slumber.
The fucking scarecrow.
Yep.
Mm.
He's like, "Hey, it's time to eat, man!" And just started eating. I was like, "All right, dude, good quirk."
Dude,
You just
I
literally
love the
eat
part where
everything.
he's like, the only thing he wouldn't eat is his friends. Yes. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's not the guy that's covered in crystals. Dude, I think that would be a terrible quirk. You can just eat constantly. You like digest immediately. Wouldn't you be hungry constantly?
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
That's why he
That's
can't
why
do
they put the
anything.
bag
and
over
That's why I had
his
to. That's why I had to stoop low to like a crime.
Oh
He
god.
can't dance. That's what they were saying. Like they kept calling themselves trash because they couldn't fit into society.
I mean,
That's basically
think about
that's basically like the reasoning that a lot of the villain world is giving. So like because the world is made for heroes, so like they can't fit in.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah.
They could have used him as like a professional recycling bin because the way he consumes things just breaks it down so easily. Like he could have a good job breaking things down.
Hell yeah, dude.
He doesn't want those jobs, man. They're about that pride.
I don't know if I can live as the living recycler bin or whatever.
Well, cool. Then you're gonna be stuck as a criminal for the rest of your life.
Bro, I'm okay with that. I found good friends, right? I'm part of the Bullet Hasai group.
Go,
man.
Air quotes on good.
Good.
Yeah.
Dude, okay.
But-
Who's excited about next episode?
Do it.
Brian is.
My man! Let's go! I'm so ready for this dude to pop off again, dude.
Yeah,
Sash, what you got to say? You got some shit to say? You better say it right now.
The season that you mentioned, Sasha, that all of a sudden, like, Kirishima just he keeps getting the spotlight.
Listen, guys. I have many things to say here. This next episode, we are going to see his weakness, okay? Let's just say he's losing a limb, all right?
Losing a limb?
Yeah, I think he's going to get hard, but then he might run out of his hardness, or someone's going to find like a little crack or, a crevice in there. So we'll see.
I believe it. I think they teased like something coming up.
You think they're actually he's going to lose a limb, though? That's kind of
I don't think he's going to lose a limb. But
Okay.
like, I think he's going to get beaten down hard.
Probably mental. It's
Yeah,
always mental.
I thought it was a mental thing from the teaser at the end.
Yeah, it'll probably just be a reality check. I don't think he's losing any limbs.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, I think he's either got himself get beaten down hard, or he's gonna watch like Fat Gum get beaten down, and then he's gonna like have that mental breakdown.
Yeah.
He's going to realize that his quirk to harden is
Just needs to get hard.
ability. Yeah.
You gotta keep telling him get hard.
Bro, get harder.
I can see his storyline. Like, he struggles here, then he can't get hard anymore, so he starts taking Viagra. It just takes him this bad path.
Whoa. This is a PG-13 anime series? Okay.
This is a
Relax.
anime
And then
series
he
where,
goes
peop-
to Chisaki.
where people
His powers of
whole
persuasion.
body has been like exploded.
Oh,
Persuasive.
boy.
I was gonna say, they kind of passed that mark of PG when that magnet guy blew up.
Like literally first episode.
No blood, so I think it's fine.
Oh,
What?
Okay. Wait, he got it all over him. Though.
I'm pretty sure there's blood everywhere.
Yeah,
No,
he got
no,
all
no.
over overhaul. That's what he's like. Oh man, he's like so like not clean.
No, there's no blood. No blood.
Yeah,
I will go back
No,
to the
it's,
first episode right now.
I know. But Chisaki, you know what I like about him? This is all credit to how persuasive a guy he is. He's not like a hand-faced guy who can't talk at all. This guy actually, he comes to you, hey man, you guys tired of living this life?
Yes.
And then he persuades them. He uses his magic touch. And I think then what I think he does is if they say no, he goes, then I'm gonna kill you. So I think
It's
he's
just
a
like
pretty good
what-
motivational speaker.
Really? Do you think he's actually good and motivational?
Well, I mean,
I'm
like,
saying
you would.
by his actions.
Yeah, he's a
Okay.
very persuasive guy. I'd say as like a mob boss, he fits the character role quite well.
Yeah, when you have the ability to just blow people up, I'd say it's pretty good.
well, I mean,
I
like
mean, he
the three people, like they were following him because how persuasive Saki
Right.
was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
He makes it think that it's their idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
But then what about Ares' power, right? Because I believe they actually confirmed that Eraserhead has a worse version of power than Ares. So I'm
I'm sorry,
assuming-
who's
I think
Ares?
they just meant that it was a
the
similar.
little
Unicorn
girl
girl.
with the horn on her head.
Oh, like
Yeah.
erases quirks?
Right. So basically, they've confirmed that it is like Ares' quirk, but it's the better version. Where I guess instead of just erasing it momentarily, it damages the nerves and gets rid of it permanently.
Yeah, that's true. Well, and also with the eraser, it's basically like okay, so like when he looks at them, and then does he just like so does the effect just last afterwards? Though that's not just when he's constantly looking at the person.
That's
Right.
for a certain amount of time.
Okay,
Yeah.
has that happened before, or did he just improve on the quirk?
I think
think
it's
it's
always
happened
been the same
before.
way.
Yeah.
Huh, okay.
But I think like with Aries, it's like it's easy. It's like I think it's like when you put in a bullet, it's easier to like to give to other people. And, like I think
Yeah.
they try and make it to like last longer too.
Okay. Okay. I suppose he did actually get damaged too with his eyes, or like way back. I don't know if he actually like ever recovered from it. But
I guess since it's just a bullet, like a sample of her ability, not her actual ability, that might be the case.
yeah.
But if say she was actually there in person and applying her own quirk to people, it might be more permanent or stronger.
Well, when Sun Eater got hit by that bullet, like I mean, it took him a while to actually get. Like I want to say, like it was over a day, wasn't it?
Wasn't over a day. No, he, like every car.
Or was it just hours later or something?
It wasn't a day, but I think it was just like
Maybe it's sleep on it.
Right.
yeah.
But again,
He was
that
up
was
in the
just,
hospital though.
yeah, that was just a sample though. It wasn't her actually using her quirk. So we're not really sure what her quirk, how it applies, and how long it's supposed to last. But
Yeah.
I want to say since it was just like a small sample, that I don't think that's like the true potential of the quirk.
Yeah, probably later in the Jesus. Later in the show, they'll probably have like a more more improved version of it.
I'm pretty
I
sure
think
like
so.
the raid's gotta go on for like the end of this first season. And then I don't know, like I don't know if they're gonna if was it like if the raid's gonna last, if they're just gonna like basically just go on for the rest, and the second half would just be just actually fighting Chisaki.
Well,
Yeah.
if they didn't show three of the members at first, I think that would have extended it. But I feel like since they're grouping a lot of the members together, they're trying to rush the arc.
Which I'm fine with because these
Yeah.
people are, I don't want to say nobodies, but they're not the main people we want to see fight.
They're basically a bunch of nobodies.
Yeah,
Basically.
that's fair. Yeah, I mean, the three would have been, like way back early on, like they would have been nobody if like that entire group was there, and
Right.
Sun Eater didn't tell them to just go on ahead of them. Like it would have been just taken care of immediately. There wouldn't really have been too much to that. So, but yeah.
So what about Togata? We haven't discussed him going through the walls, going on his own a little bit.
Oh, he's so screwed.
He's a little bit ahead of him, yeah.
What does he even do? Like I know you can like go through walls, but you don't. How do you attack people? Like
Well, I think he just has
on them?
insane strength. Well, remember like
Right?
what?
He just beats them up, basically.
Yeah, it's basically
he
his-
pretty much like 1v10 like all the kids that try to stand
Yeah.
up to him during like the little sparring session that they had.
Yeah,
like,
he
last
basically
season.
he just trained his body to basically so he can actually like fight back. So I don't know, man. I'm excited to actually see this guy like fight somebody like seriously instead of just
are they
taking it easy on kids.
also are they gonna go back to outside with the dragon lady and the other chick, the big three?
I don't really.
Probably.
I hope not.
How about that this episode? I wouldn't say they're going to focus on the Red Riot this episode, and then the episode
Well, yeah.
will be like focused on the girls and the Dragon Lady.
I don't know. You know how like they always have those episodes in like if they're just trying. There's like people that are just trying to control the horde, and they're just there just like just to be there in a sense. Like I feel like that's kind of like what's going to happen. Where like, they're just like fighting all the minions outside, but they're just going to kind of reference it here and there. But I mean, everybody knows that the main thing is inside.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we'll see. I just thought about this. Togata actually has a really good ability to fight Chisaki because, this Chisaki is dependent upon touching.
oh right,
And so this guy can pretty much
nullify
counter that fairly easily. But
Yeah.
I think what's going to happen is that's going to be the key to victory. However, that's going to get messed up along the way. So maybe Togata, he might struggle quite a bit, lose his kidneys.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say I could easily see that, but it's like it seems like from the beginning they've been messing up already. Like it just seems like they kind of like effed up the whole.
Oh yeah, because they knew about the raid.
Yeah, they effed up like the whole
Well, I
beginning
mean,
of the raid.
They knew about the raid, even though like they kind of made it obvious with all the riot police showing up at the station.
Yeah, like really the only thing that has gone right was Night Eye's quirk when he ended up going into like the secret wall. I think that's the only thing so far.
I guess, yeah.
But I don't think I really have anything else. Oh, go ahead.
I'm curious to see what happens next episode, Red Riot.
Hell yeah,
And
dude!
I just wonder how much development he's gonna get this season.
A lot more than he did the first 3.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
It's basically all him. Like no one else in the class is that guy anymore besides Deku. It's like Deku, Togaga, and I guess Tamaki now, and then maybe Kirishima.
Dude, just think if Bakugo and Todoroki were here, just the shit that would happen.
Dude, it'd be a shit show.
Oh my god!
Dude, I miss
those
having.
two.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think I'm good. Taylor, anything?
No, nothing from me.
Okay.
I mean, I guess one comment that was talked about while we were watching the episode was about Mimic when he injected himself with that stuff and he started moving all the walls around and distorting them. We were kind of wondering why he didn't just crush everybody immediately. But that was kind of one of the only commentaries that we had about him. But his quirk looked really cool from the trailer for this episode. And so I was expecting something pretty badass from him.
I mean,
being able to
pretty sure being able to control a whole underground maze takes a lot of power.
Yeah.
I would say that's pretty good too.
You know, it's kind of weird that like he basically is making everyone like motion sick instead of them.
Yeah, I wonder if that has to do something with because they are part of the Yakuza, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe it's like something with the part of them, like where they're not like trying or like wanting to kill like the heroes. I don't know if it's like something with like the law that they're trying to follow, or they're.
I think it's more like he probably can't really control power because he just like injected himself.
Right.
I'm sure there's just limits to controlling it because it's more than what he can normally handle. I think the police mentioned that he can only control things as large as a fridge.
Before.
So going from a fridge to the whole underground maze might be too much from next control.
Drugs,
so basically, my expectations for him were just too high.
Yeah, it's just drugs. He's not too impressive.
I mean, the guy was like 2 feet tall, so come on.
Wow.
Hey, what you got against short people?
Being able to move a fridge for that guy is a big deal.
Well, that's kind of messed up.
Just because trying to say people that are short can't lift stuff, huh?
Yeah, I'm just saying the guy's a beast for being that small.
For being that small.
That's like a backhanded compliment.
I know.
Sir.
That's what I was saying.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I have high praise for this guy.
High praise, in fact.
Kind of twisted, but okay.
All right, guys, you guys put words in my mouth.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'm ready to move on.
Okay, my bad.
All right, we're gonna head over to Vinland Saga.
One Piece is currently on hold until further notice.
Yeah, so we're just gonna head to Vinland Saga. Basically, just more of like just Aslan and Newt stealing the show again.
All I gotta say is Thorf is a fucking asshole, man.
He really is. He sucks so much.
After so long, it doesn't say anything. He's like, "Oh, are you Leif Erikson?" And that's it, bro. You're a dickhead, man.
He's like almost more of a villain than like a lot of the villains. Like I don't know. He doesn't give a crap about his family.
Yeah, he didn't even ask about his mom or sister or anything. He's like, "Hey, how's Vinland? Have you been there yet?" It's like, bro, really? Come on.
It's like, no, I've been searching for your ass for the last 11 years.
Yeah, for real. Oh my god. I just want to punch that kid right there, but then I'd probably die. But
hey, funny story too. The guy who plays Thorfinn is also Sun Eater from
Hero Academy. Shit, for real?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, that's like polar opposite. What?
I know, right? Yep, I just learned that one today.
That's pretty intense.
That's when you know somebody has range.
Actually, that's when you know they're good.
Yeah, he's a newer voice actor, Yuto Uemura, and he hasn't been in that much stuff. But yeah, he plays both those characters. But he's still an asshole in Vinland Saga.
That Thorfinn is such a dickhead. Oh my god.
So is that guy supposed to be good or bad, or just like a neutral good?
I mean, he's the main character, so
yeah. So recap: what happened is he was super cheerful as a kid, but after literally witnessing his own father die in front of him, he's just out for revenge this entire show, to the point where it's like he just doesn't give a shit about anything else and just wants revenge, to the point of like, because he wants an honorable revenge duel of like classic 1v1 me bro type of shit, and then it's like he just keeps losing because I actually don't know how. But
well, not only that, but he's missing like the whole point. I mean, that like when Aslad first killed Tors, that was like a job. Like it was a one-off thing. It wasn't like a personal vendetta. I mean, it was a little bit underhanded, but that's who he was. I mean, he was a Viking, he was a pirate. And he's like missing who hired him to do that. I mean, I feel like he's seen enough now about Aslad's motives, and I think he's heard that he doesn't really like the Vikings all that much, or hates them, and that he has some sort of ulterior motive. There's obviously more going on here than just his dad dying, and like he just cannot see beyond, like he can't see anything else except his revenge.
Yeah.
I'm honestly just waiting for the episode where he actually gets a wake up call, be like, hey, you need to stop this shit, bro, because it ain't working.
Well, it was so cringy too when Leaf was talking to him, and you actually see Leaf's memories of him when he was a happy little kid, and he has dedicated such a huge part of his life to trying to find him. And it was so cringy just seeing, who Thorfinn is now and seeing him in Leaf's eyes. It was brutal.
And
Yeah.
he's just an emotional teenager going through hard times.
How old is he right now? Anyone know?
I actually think he was
like
probably
15.
16 or 17. I think it was like 5 or 6 in the first 3 episodes. And he said 11 years later, so I assume he's like 16, 17.
Yeah, late teens.
Okay. He should be reaching out of that, emo teen stage, but
some people take a little bit longer.
He's one of those cases, I guess.
But I thought it was really dumb how at the end he's still challenging Aslad with a broken arm.
Yeah, he just stuck a dagger in his cast and was like, all right, bro, let's go. But anyways, speaking about that duel, man, my boy Bjorn, rest in peace. Yeah, that was so emotional. I was like, damn.
He just, I just want to be your friend.
Yeah, I was like, damn, bro. He hates all of you, and you just wanted to be his friend.
But he actually did care about Bjorn, didn't he? I mean, he gave him the kind of ending that he would want. He respected his wishes. He did say that he was his friend, his only friend. He did care about him.
Yeah. In the end, I guess we find out that he cared for Bjorn. He was like, damn. That's rough.
I think it's just Aslad. He's so strong, in his in trying to finish his goals, or actually that I guess Bjorn was the only one he trusted.
Yeah.
Actually, I actually don't know what really his goals were, because it just seems all his time he was just trading with this group. It was only recently now that because now he's finally under Canute that he can finally change up Viking society. But
yeah, I think in the beginning it was just traveling, obtaining wealth and stuff, typical pillaging stuff.
Well, I mean, there was that one village that they're all from. They went to that where Aslad gave a bunch of his money to. That's the only other thing, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Aslad is probably my favorite character. I'm pretty nervous. Well, he's been my favorite character pretty much from when he first got introduced. I'm pretty nervous now that the king has him in his sights.
Oh yeah, this dude's life is actually on the line now.
He already knew, even during the meeting, the throne room. He already knew how the strength of Aslad.
Mm-hmm.
Or basically how the only reason Canute is getting this far is because of Aslad.
Do you guys have any theories about where everything's going to end up with him? Where his story is going to go?
I think it's either the king or Aslad's gonna die.
One or the other.
Or maybe Canute could die too, I guess. But I have a feeling they're gonna go. I think Canute's gonna. I feel like they won't kill off Canute. I think whatever happens, it's gonna be Aslad or the king. They're either gonna be successful and kill off the king, or the king is gonna be successful. They kill off Aslad, and then Canute and Thorfinn has to run away.
Yeah, I think it's one of those two. Because historically, right? I'm pretty sure Canute comes up and becomes king.
Yeah, he becomes king.
Yeah, historically, that's what I found from looking into history. I've been trying not to do spoilers, but if it's real life, I don't know if it counts.
I already know some of the history. Don't forget, because this takes place in 1014. 50 years from what's happening right now is when William the Conqueror takes over England. Basically, England becomes under French rule, and then English gets all the stupid rules from France.
Yeah.
'Cause,
It'll probably go 1-2 ways. Ascalon dies, or
So basically, everything the Vikings are doing right now just doesn't even matter because they're all gonna get like the English is gonna get conquered by the French.
listen, man.
Yeah, that was my understanding as well. But that's a pretty shaky period for me of understanding history. That wasn't where my main focus was in learning back in grade
We don't
school.
talk about 50 years into the future, okay?
No, I'm just saying. No, it's like the Battle of Hastings at 1066 is a pretty huge historical moment. It's when like the English language changes dramatically because of the French influences. And it's why we have so many like French words in English along with Latin.
Right. Well, I don't know. It'll be interesting.
That's one history. That's like unrelated, but I was just saying as a fun fact. So.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. I've been learning a lot about this over the past couple of weeks since I got involved in the show. But I'm not sure if it's going to follow actual historical events or not, or if it's just based off of them. Like that's one thing that I'm a little bit curious about.
the people are all real. Like Leif Erikson's, real. Thornfinn is real. Thorkill is real. Aslad's the only one that's not real. But
that's disappointing. It'd be cool if a dude like him existed.
Apparently, I think his name comes like he was named after a troll in a fairy tale or something, a Norwegian fairy tale. And also, if you didn't know, too, Brian, Vinland is the Viking word for Greenland. So, like when they discovered Greenland, they call it Vinland.
Wait, isn't Greenland just ice?
There's some parts where like you can still settle and like make like a small village, kind of like in Iceland.
Okay.
Like there's people living in Greenland today.
I just thought Greenland was like the worst out of the two. Isn't that right?
Well, yeah,
it's way worse. But like you can still, if you're desperate enough or you need the land, you can still sell there. Or also you can just use it as a stop on the way to Canada because they also I think historians have said like they also discovered Canada or Newfoundland, but don't know like how accurate it is.
Oh, cool.
But that's like so like the whole like Vinland thing is because of Vikings like discovering like new land, which is basically like Greenland / Canada.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah, I wonder when that's going to get incorporated again. It really opened up with that sentiment in the beginning of the show, and then it kind of never got mentioned again until now. I suppose when he was talking to that one slave girl, they talked about it too. Thorfinn and that slave girl was a previous princess or something. I
think someone on Reddit was saying how like I think this first season is basically like a prologue.
Wow.
Like because there's
pretty intense prologue.
Yeah. So I think so. It might be a spoiler, but I think something intense is gonna happen after this season. But I think there's like basically like 4 arcs, and they're about to like enter their final arc in the manga.
Okay,
nice. That's good then.
I wonder if there's gonna be more seasons of the anime in the future.
So I don't know. I don't know how those things work with because I think the only reason why this was even made into anime because Amazon funded it.
Amazon, you have the money. If you ever listen to this, keep funding the show, please. For my mental health, keep funding the show.
Because they bought the rights to a bunch of other shows. I don't know how successful they were, but like.
Well, anyways, my last parting thoughts on this episode were that Aslad's whole plan was super tight and really well executed. It felt like some Game of Thrones stuff there. I was really impressed.
Oh yeah. This guy is like just a genius. It's like, all right, dude, kind of OP right now. You might get nerfed pretty soon.
I mean, fits the setting since they're also in England too. So.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I've got for it. I'm really excited for the next week.
Yeah, I'm worried about how many episodes we have left because I feel like we're gonna be missing a bunch of things, or I don't know how well they can like finish the season.
Yeah, I know. I feel like this season is gonna somehow end on like a little bit of a cliffhanger.
This is already so like one of my top shows, like up there like Demon Slayer, as I say too.
Yeah, I would say that it's pretty high up there. I really like the plot, but I struggle with liking some of the characters so much. Obviously the art is beautiful, the music is pretty great for the show. So I'd say the only thing that's lacking for me is I just don't like quite as many characters. I mean, but I'm starting to like more of them more as time goes on. It just took a while.
Yeah.
I mean, I also I agree, but like I think just like of how unique the Viking setting is too. I think puts up there because we barely see that in anime, especially like how historically accurate it is of like incorporating real people and real events.
Yeah, absolutely.
So-
I would like to see more of that trend. See, maybe not unusual, but just different parts of history shown in anime. I think it's great.
'cause
It makes
it's
it
always,
stand out from other things.
It's always like fantasy. That's why we rarely get to see historical. Besides like either like besides Romance of Three Kingdoms or like the Warring States.
Maybe this can be like a new sidestep from isekais. Maybe now it'll be.
No.
Oh,
Isekais
please.
are they're so easy to make money of. They're not gonna stop.
stop.
Like once you find like a profitable trend, like you can't stop it.
God,
fair enough.
I hate it. I hate this trend. It's so annoying. It's like, oh yeah, what's up for next season? Like 6 isekais and like a bunch of
this season.
harems. I'm like,
That's this
bro.
season. It's always gonna hurt.
I thought I got a little bit too far, especially when what it was the one this season or last season. When my mom is in my isekai.
Yeah,
I mean,
was
technically,
like,
technically that was an MMO, but I mean, the problem is that like it's just they're not using them correctly. It's so.
But anyways, I digress.
Yeah,
I got off
that's
subject there.
later. So we're in that for now for Vinland Saga. We're gonna go straight to Sword Art.
Talk about isekais. Let's just go to Sword Art. Shit.
I mean, it's not really. It's
See, that was
an
a segue.
MMO.
This was planned.
It's
Right.
an MMO. So like,
Perfect segue. Good job, David.
it's an MMO. I mean, I would consider like Sword Art more of an MMO because like you can always go back to your regular world, you know. Whereas like the whole point of isekai is like you're stuck there basically.
Well,
I
technically,
guess.
Kirito can't come back yet, so
Well, okay. I would
But-
not consider Sword Art isekai, but whatever.
it is now.
All right, so this episode's Sword Art. Basically, we got another integrity night
Dude,
that we
I
don't even
don't
know.
care about these characters. Like this new integrity night. It's like,
Like,
first, where the hell did you
Yeah.
come from?
who
And
are you?
two, I don't care.
Didn't you see the backstory? They showed you where she came from.
Why are they bringing it up all now? Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
especially like right
where-
before you fight too.
Where did
Right.
she come from? All I remember is just a backflash of her and the administrator, and that's it. And her just need to wanted to
No, like
slash
it
stuff.
was like Alice and like the other guy, and she just suddenly shows up, and they made it sound like we're supposed to know who she was, and we're just here like, no, who is she?
Yeah, these two
Wasn't
over here
she-
just shook and be like, whoa, this chick showed up. We're like, all right, who the
Well,
fuck are you?
Wasn't she
But,
in that
like the
meeting
characters
too?
know them, but like the audience doesn't. So that's like
Right.
that's the main problem.
But wasn't she in the meeting when they were doing the war planning?
I don't remember her, or if she was. I was like, she should have been like the first time we saw her then.
Yeah, I suppose.
But it's like
Out of
like,
all the integrity nights that pop out randomly, I think she's the most enjoyable one in a sense. Like her character isn't overwhelming, and she's actually pretty badass.
I'll give you that, yeah. But it's just I think it's just because of the way they've been handling like integrity nights and just introducing these characters. Just like she just suffers from like the weak structure.
Right. But do you guys also find it weird that it feels like there's a shipping moment between her and then the chief pugilist? Like,
That was
oh,
pretty
I've been
fun.
looking for someone to slice as many times as I can, and then the other dude's like, "Oh man, I've never been so hard before. I can't believe I can beat her down."
I don't know if
It's
it's
like,
a shipping
whoa,
moment.
whoa.
I don't know if it's really a shipping moment. I think it's just acknowledgement of like your opponent on the battle is how I saw it.
A lot of these shows have been
Uh,
using the term hard recently.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
a trend, and I
think Hero
enjoy it.
Academia ruined that for me.
I don't really think of it as just shipping. So many of these like action shows is always like, you know, like I finally get to face a worthy opponent. It's that kind of trope.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in an anime, when it's between a man and a woman, I feel as if it's going to be a shipping moment. Because even then, at the end, he mentions, "Hey, what is your name, lady? Like you shouldn't be out here too thin. You need to eat more." Da 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 da. I was
Yeah.
like, who the hell are you?
Yeah.
Mind your own business. But yeah, I can see the whole like mutual respect thing, but I feel as if this is more of a shipping moment between him and the girl. And there's
Alright.
probably gonna be a round two because they're both alive still.
Yeah.
Yeah,
then did anyone else call BS when that random pugilist popped out of nowhere and just stopped
Dude,
him?
he's the MVP, man. He's like, all right, I'm gonna save my man's life, and he didn't die from that slash that she
Yeah.
was doing. It's like,
He just came
all
like
right.
nothing.
Apparently you're strong as fuck, dude.
Honestly,
I
holy
don't know,
shit.
people in Sword Art, they just kind of like just show up with like knowing nothing about them, and then they just kind of just, I don't know, they just show up, steal the spotlight for a bit, and then leave. So I don't really know.
I guess with the format that Sword Art is running to right now, because they're kind of rushed, I'm assuming they're just throwing all the characters that are supposed to be in there from the light novel,
quote
just
unquote
in the
rush,
anime.
even though like they have,
They've had so many episodes.
have like 40. They have 52 episodes for this.
Yeah.
50. Oh lord.
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
Oh, total. This is including the previous season.
Oh, I was about to say.
No, not 50 more. Like,
Yeah.
Holy, I was about to just cry, dude.
I mean, we already had like, 4 seasons, and now we have like this, like two extra seasons. I don't know, like.
Yeah, we have like
it's
3
close.
episodes here, and then we have like another at least 12 after this. I think for they're skipping next season, and then they're going to spring, or are they just continuing? Do we know that yet?
I think they're going in spring. That's what I'm assuming.
Okay.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't know for sure, but I think that's what's gonna happen.
Okay.
Isn't that what happened last time?
I'm not sure,
I don't remember.
Okay.
but it feels like things are starting to pick up now with Asuna. I believe it's Asuna that's coming in.
Yeah.
as the
Yeah,
goddess
I'm
of
pretty sure.
Okay. Did they change the OP, or is I not paying attention? I don't, because they had Asuna fight the Emperor guy in OP. I don't remember that being there before.
Okay, I was wondering with that too, because this is like the first time I've seen the opening in probably like since the first or second episode.
Yeah, same.
And
So I couldn't tell, was that there before, or was I just not noticing it?
The only reason why I
It was the
stopped is
same.
because like when I was skipping it, I stopped at that point, and then I was like, wait, and then I just watched the rest of it.
I saw like, the ending part, and they showed more of Asuna, and they showed Kirito too with the dual wielding. It's like, wait, was that there before?
Man,
I'm not
I don't
sure.
remember.
I know the ending was the same.
Yep, ending is still the
Ending is the
same
same,
boring
like-
one.
But I just don't remember Asuna being so prominent in the OP.
Oh, I've always
Like-
skipped the beginning and the end, so I'm not really
So-
sure. But it seems the same.
No.
So after what 8 or 9 episodes, she finally shows up.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, I
Jesus.
guess 5 or 6 is like they didn't get into like episode 2 or 3, but still
Right.
it took her a while to get in. And
Well, who's the one I was making a jokes about how she was training first?
Dude,
before
apparently
actually
she
came
was
in.
leveling up some high level mobs because she came in, started singing a song, and just craters opening up. It's like, all right, girl,
So are we
just
assuming
come in
that
OP as hell.
the Dark Knight's dead then as well? The villain?
no,
I want to say he's dead. Let's be honest.
he's too
don't
important.
to Boundless Pit.
He's too important to not to die this early.
At least that,
Uh,
yeah. If that was like
Especially-
dying in that way, at least.
Especially when he mentions that, like, oh, like this, like I'm a PKer, you know, and oh, this is the lightning flash from Aincrad. Like they're bringing that back later.
No, with the speed that the anime is going, I feel as if that might be the end of him. Just because he's not the main villain in a sense. So I can
I
kind of
can't
see
see that
that being the
happening.
end.
I think he's gonna easily live through this.
I don't know. Like I said, that's a bottomless pit. I don't know how he's climb out of that unless he can suddenly fly.
He's over leveled. Him and his buddy came in over leveled. He'll find a way.
The guy
If he
found his
can't
acrobatics
fly-
100.
I don't see how you're coming out of that.
Actually,
I don't know. I think it's. I mean, I really like I said. I don't know how is really going to operate on things.
Right.
But like how David said, like I wouldn't be like I still think like somehow the guy's going to come back. I don't know how. I mean, it's also like the whole question is just like when we thought Austin was just going to jump in, did we just think she was going to be like a normal character, or did we actually think she was going to take like the Pontifex look?
Uh,
That's just like a normal character. I've actually just gotta like
no, I
wake
haven't-
up in like a forest or something and then run to them.
She's
I
like
had
the
a
new
feeling
god
she was
now.
Gonna come in as a
Actually.
character. Like I thought she was gonna come in with a character from the other worlds, I guess, because seems to be a trend.
Yeah, that too.
But I mean, I guess it makes sense.
oh, wait. Real quick, going back to like the opening thing, they did add Sword Art into that little fighting opening against the boss dude.
Okay, so
Okay,
they-
so
so
it
it's
is
new.
new.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Because I swear
that-
it was Alice before.
yeah, that
I'll
part
probably
is new.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that then.
That's not important. I'll just wait.
So-
till
I
next
mean, I
week.
just want to
But-
see it. So
So how is everyone gonna like? How are they gonna look at us? Because like the other girl was called her like was it Stacia?
Yep, Stacia, Goddess of Creation.
And
So-
that's like the title of the next episode. So
I want to say in the
she-
next 1 or 2 episodes, Kirito's going to come back. Just with
nah,
Asuna
he's gonna come
waking
back
up.
in the last possible episode.
I think he'll come back soon. But like, it's also gonna make it awkward between her and Alice. Be like, oh, by the way, I'm his actual wife. Back the fuck up.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
there's gonna be some
yeah.
sort of thing like that.
There's got to claim dominance.
You know, in all harems, they always have that kind of like weird, awkward moment.
Oh, and the
Mhm.
two girls are guarding him too, or that at least the or the one chick that like Kirito, like that's
Oh, yeah.
awkward for her too when she finds out Asuna's his wife.
Yeah,
That's my senpai. How dare you? Da, da, da. Which is weird. I guess senpai is not really a term. And then when she brought it up against the guy kind of got shook. Like, senpai, who do you mean? Oh, does that mean that Kirito's your master or whatever?
that was a little weird.
I don't think that's I think it's because it's still in Japanese. They still say senpai. So
No,
Yeah.
but then the way that the guy reacted when she used the word senpai, which is kind of what gave me the hint that it's not a term used or he didn't expect.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I'm not quite sure.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what was really happening there. So maybe.
It's sort of art. Don't think too hard.
I was surprised you guys didn't have anything to shit on Sword Art this week.
Yeah, I really.
I'm just more. I
really
just.
don't got
I guess
much.
I'm just. Oh, okay. I'll shit on. I was shitting on just the backstory intro of the Integrity Night. It's like, 'cause, yeah, we don't like. It's just it's too late to bring up these like new characters and these backstories. Like, I just want them to get through the main stuff.
Yeah,
Because like, there's no incentive to get to know the other characters. Like, because I feel like we barely have like character development for like the Integrity Knights we do know about.
hmm
And now,
Yeah.
like, I think it's gonna finally start getting better once Asuna shows up, and we actually can like see her do things.
and the guy doesn't have to focus on backstory just to make up backstories anymore. That are just like brief, like 1 minute deals.
Yeah, I hope story progression starts picking up because it's getting kind of
Like-
I wouldn't say boring, but I
Like
want
this whole
something
like
to
first
happen.
season has just been like this one battle, and we still have like 12 episodes left. So
Yeah.
like, I was hoping like it'd be like more spaced out, where we actually like have to, where it'd be like more drawn out wars. But it sounds like it's just gonna be this one battle, and then maybe like one more battle.
Yeah,
Well, to be honest, after they so-called save Kirito and if he can somehow revive himself and be revived in the real world, that's pretty much the end of the show, right? So I guess they want to prolong it as much as they can.
I mean,
I guess.
in the real world, like they still have to worry about the army or the squad that's in there.
No, right, but then that can be taken care of fairly shortly because after you secure the Alice cluster cube or whatever, that's pretty much it. They can just wait until backup because they had a 24-hour time frame before the Japanese special forces intervenes. So I think that's why they're on that time limit, and I think after that there will be in a clear.
Hmm.
So I believe once the story ends and Kirito revived, Alice's cluster cube or whatever is retrieved, I think they just have to wait it out and they'll be fine. And then after that, there's really not much of a story to work off of.
Yeah,
So
It's time for a new game at that point.
yeah. I was gonna
I
say
know-
Sword
I
Art's
know,
pretty good
right?
at just starting a whole new game. So
Right.
we'll see. But I got nothing else.
all
Yeah,
right,
I
so
mean,
I
it
think
was
we'll end it
enjoyable.
there. We'll end it there for Sword Art. Then we're gonna head over to Shokugeki. It's really weird how like the director of the old guy just shows up and hey, we're just gonna rush this right away. We're gonna make this next one final one. It's gonna be a 2v2. Good luck, have
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I quit taking the show as serious as I was in like when they introduce or when that one guy just comes in and starts being a judge. I'm just like, oh god, like because it's just like you really can't take the things as serious, even though I think they were all actually truthful with everything. But then it was very
Mhm.
obvious who was going to win. I think beforehand.
it's just like really weird how like he just straight up says it because when you look at episode counts, like the season's gonna end soon, so I assuming that they're gonna like take a break and then do the second half like later, but like it's just like it made like the immersion really, it made it really weird when they say it straight in the anime that like, hey, we need to rush this, we're gonna run out of time. That's what it felt to me, like the show itself like breaking the fourth wall, saying we need to finish this, so we have to do 2v2.
Yeah,
As long as there's closure, I think I'm okay with it. But
I mean, I would prefer that than I guess like having like a cliffhanger. That it was just weird, like seeing that.
Yeah.
And
this
then just
episode
like
actually, did it kind of piss you off? Kind of. I feel like this episode kind of pissed me off. It didn't really add much to it. I don't like Eshi as a character as much anymore because I thought he was more like, I know he was always kind of an airhead and he was horrible with people. He had horrible social skills, but I just really hate his character design now. He was easily manipulated. He was kind of like the opposite of Souma's dad. In his like attitude of how he wants to cook and how he wants others to take his cooking.
Yeah, I really don't get the guy like as a.
I can understand his point of view, but he's really passionate about his craft, and he's not in it for the money. He just wants to like he's really passionate, so he really wants to like improve his skills, but because he always has to like do things who don't understand.
Right,
I thought
but
Go ahead.
yeah, but he's passionate and he always wants to make his dishes better, of course, but he's going out about it the wrong way. He's looking at other people for their opinions. He's not really looking at himself.
I guess like
because that's the only reason how Nakirio is able to kind of brainwash him or manipulate him. Like, yeah, I can tell that these fools didn't know what they're eating, and you didn't like the dish either, but you wanted to see if they would notice, but they didn't. So that's why you're like furious. Let me show you how to truly cook in this.
Yeah. I mean, I do agree that like he's doing it the wrong way, but like that's why I can size with him. Like it's kind of like how like when you talk to people about gaming and like you talk about people who don't understand it, that you want to stick with the people who do. I kind of see how that's how he thinks with like cooking. Like he just really wants to only like share his cooking with people who understand it, but because he's first seed, like he has to do these other things. Like that's why I don't fault him for doing the things, even though it is like he's taking the wrong way about it.
Yeah, I thought it was just like I thought it was just really stupid when he was basically just talking about how he gets mad when he like people that say like they like his dishes and he has no idea who they are. Like, why? Isn't that the whole point of like cooking? You're basically cooking for people, you know, like for like restaurants and stuff, but people you don't know who they are.
No, he wants like he's treating cooking like an art. You know, he wants to be
yeah,
best.
Gotcha. Yep. Yeah, I can see that.
But why are you seeking approval from like other people? Your job is not to have them critique your food. Your job is to have them enjoy your food, which is what they're doing.
No, I don't think that's it. I think he just wants to get better. Like he's constantly trying to better himself. So it's like self-improving. He wants to like self-improve, and like he's not satisfied with like he thinks like what's weird? Like he thinks that he's not, his full potential isn't being brought out every time he sees like cooking more as a job now instead of as his passion.
Right. Yeah, I mean I can see it, but I'll take a side on this, and I don't like Aishi as a character nearly as much as I used to. It's like the more I find out about this guy, like the less I actually care about him.
Yeah.
Which is too bad because he seemed pretty interesting before the
I think it's just like he had the mysterious like aura around him. Now that like they're slowly putting more like backstory, it's like it's just less mysterious. And
the plot armor
he's just he's a whiny bitch. That's it.
Yep.
And what's worse is like he brought down Rindo with him, like because.
Yeah, dude, I felt so bad for Ringo. She obviously likes the guy, and she wanted to like just be with him, and he seems to have just forgotten all about her to pursue his own goals. and then she
That's
just
that's,
held him
that's,
back
that's
down.
one thing where I will like criticize Ichiba. Like, yeah, like he basically brought her down, so now
Yeah.
she's being dragged down with.
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah, I think that'll be the big part of like why Soma and Erina will win. I mean, I assume everybody thinks here that Soma and Erina is going to win.
Oh, for sure.
Probably
Yeah.
they're gonna make some BS, even though it does look really bad when they can't even decide who's gonna make the appetizer or the main dish.
Yeah, it'll somehow be one of those things where it's like, oh, because they couldn't work they couldn't work in sync, or the other two. Because I still think Soma and Erina are going to work perfect in sync.
Yeah.
But I can easily see them saying something about those two not being completely in it.
I wish the roles were reversed though, just because they should have had the first seat fight against Soma. I don't think it should be the other way around.
Yeah.
I feel like they made it that way just to kind of relate to Nakiri's point of view. Like with the God Tongue, he can show Eshi how the cuisine world is supposed to be. I think that's the only reason why they're forcing Eren to go off against the first seat.
Right. Yeah. But I got really nothing else.
I'm just gonna guess since because I think Ichi specializes in French cuisine. I think they're probably gonna do something like that and like have like the rare ingredients that Rindo specializes in.
So do they get to choose, or
Yeah, they get to choose whatever.
Okay.
Just gotta make it to like a multiple course
gourmet
meal.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Gourmet meal. So no fucking pizza and no potato salad.
That we know of.
Get that shit out of my Iron Chef competition.
Dude, $10 says that Soma's still going to make some kind of diner dish as an
He probably
appetizer.
will, yeah.
Because apparently all he knows is two things: that maple tofu meatball thing, and
You mean mapo tofu?
yeah, maple tofu, and then the French quail thing that he made for that restaurant.
Oh yeah, under Shimomiya.
Yeah. So apparently that's all he knows. That's his main dish. Apparently,
I forgot what Irina specializes in, but
everything. She has a god tongue.
Yeah.
She has a
Oh,
god tongue. She has a god tongue. She was only like 10th seed in the Elite 10 for some reason.
Well, she was the first year, so I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I can easily see her just getting into the top 10 and just like not really caring to do a Shokugeki battles with the to get in or to go higher.
Right.
So anyway,
Or her cooking just sucks.
Jeez. Yeah, I don't know, she
You can
destroyed
have
that.
a god tongue, but your cooking can suck butthole. All right.
Well, she destroyed that the little girl like nothing.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that was after her training arc, you know.
yeah. Well,
I'm pretty sure
yeah,
before this, like she was like destroying everyone in Shokugekis.
because she basically destroyed her like in her own turf too.
Basically
like
nothing.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I'll
she
admit,
could
though, it
easily
doesn't
be
matter
higher.
what she cook. If I get to look at her while I eat, I think I'll be
Jeez.
Here
Let's
comes,
be real. Let's keep it real. All right.
here comes the degenerate talks again.
No,
Shokugeki
this is
is
called
fan
cool
service.
keeping it real. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least Shokugeki. Like, well, besides that one Lingerie episode, at least it's still honest about fan service.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But
Because there's actually another cooking anime show that just came out this season as well.
oh yeah, the True Cooking Boy, Master Boy, whatever.
Yeah, but there's no fan
boy,
service.
another one.
So it's
Was
like,
that the only thing you're interested in? Not the food?
well, that's the thing. You're coming out with a series as the same time as Shokugeki no Soma, which has a pretty big fandom, and you're not doing anything different. You're just basically focusing on cooking. And like I love cooking and all, and I love food, but I need a little bit something extra, right?
Oh,
Instead of
not me. I watch just for the food.
Some
Okay.
extra.
That's
should've
why I
done
watched the Restaurant in Underworld show, just for the food, because there's no
Yeah.
plot in that.
Sure,
Dude,
man.
you should watch
Whatever you
the
said.
live action one of Shokugeki then.
There's a
Oh, is
live
there?
action.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
legit. I don't know if it's actually like from Shokugeki, but like I saw a clip and it's like, bro, this is legit Shokugeki, just live action. I don't even know what the title was. I just saw a clip of people just
would
cooking.
you recommend it?
Would I recommend it? Dude, I have
Yes.
no idea. There's zero fan service if that's what you're asking.
Oh no, I'm good then. I'm good.
Not for this degenerate.
Hey, at least I'm honest. All right, let's. Just be real. I'm sure you guys are just hiding in the closet, afraid to admit your true feelings.
Not Stratton. He's also
Nah.
degenerate.
Yeah, I'm pretty far out. Yeah, yeah. That's all I gotta say for that.
All right, we're gonna end it there for now. Move on to Dr. Stone.
Yes, Dr. Stone. Finally, we have the cell phone. I think you can call it a cell phone.
I don't even know. They
guess.
showed,
Just-
I don't even know. Did they even show what it looked like?
Yeah,
swear it's
they
still
did.
a
Yeah,
walkie-talkie.
they showed it.
It's
and it
just
looked
it's
something
think
else.
of like a very first gen phone, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Like just a
barely
bunch of
remember it.
bricks.
I don't know why I don't remember what it looked like, but yeah.
Yeah, it was something else.
Yeah, it was like basically three components. There was the antenna or the radio, there was a power supply, and then there was the microphone / receiver setup, I believe.
Yeah,
So they don't need an antenna or anything. They just boot it up, and then apparently this radio wave just spread across the sky. So I think their cell phone was up and running.
That was the that was a gold wire around the antenna. That's the one that's the thing that's boosting out the radio wave.
Right. So they don't really need to build an antenna tower. They just need to build another
Yeah.
receiver, I suppose.
That was weird to me. But I don't know what the range of this thing is. If you're not gonna build, if that's gonna be your antenna tower.
I mean, it went across the sky pretty fast, so I think it's good enough.
Yeah, I guess.
But did you guys like the okay? Do you know about the Pineapple Pen song?
No.
I think I heard about it.
Because I believe that's where the beat for this battery making song came
Is that
from.
what it's from?
That was a
Okay.
terrible song.
Wait, oh my
Right?
god.
Right?
He's
Brian, do you know what
not
I'm talking about?
lying.
Okay, that's no, because it was. I think it was like 2 years ago, or whatever. When the manga chapter came out, I think that's when it became a huge meme
Right.
on Japanese internet.
Dude, I was dying so hard when he, he was making the batteries, and I was like, wait a minute, this beat sounds familiar. Oh, wait. Is
He
this a
says it
Pineapple Pen
now,
song?
and I can actually see how it like actually links together.
Okay,
Right?
because
God, I'm gonna look that up then.
yeah, this show is like they parody so many Japanese memes, but like
Right.
we just don't get them because most of us don't know that. But I do remember
Right.
something about the pineapple pen, pen, whatever.
Oh, dude, it was so good. I had to rewatch it like 2-3 times. It was so
I didn't
good.
get it at first, but now that you say it, like now it makes sense.
Right.
It just felt so random, but
Oh, dude.
I remember Gen and Senku they did a meme earlier too.
Oh, God. I'll have to listen to that song later.
Which one was that? I don't remember that one.
Something about like him and Senku, like I don't know, I forgot what it was. Where I think Ginro or I think Ginro like was asking about something, and then like Senku and Gen like denied him. I don't know what the meme is about though. But someone on Reddit mentioned about like during that episode, they mentioned like they were parodying a meme.
Oh, okay.
Because like I remember it was an episode of like a weird translation thing because it was a meme. That's why the translation was weird.
Yeah, I don't remember that. But this one though, ooh, it was just perfect. Just perfect.
But
Yeah, I was also kind of blown away with like the Rochelle salt for the mics.
Mhm.
That was that you know, the more you know.
today I learned.
Yeah.
Oh, they also mentioned too that Dr. Stone has a important announcement on the 16th.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Ooh,
So I
season 2?
assume it's gonna be second season. I don't know why they went to the last episode, but whatever.
Was it the 16th? Oh, it
That's
was
what
the
they
16th.
said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
16th.
So that's your next
And-
one.
Yeah, that was a weird time to announce
Because
it.
the last episode airs week on the 13th.
Which brings me to the next point. Do you guys think they're actually going to do the war in this last episode?
I hope they don't.
No, there's no way. They still have to make another receiver or whatever and hand it off to Taiju.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. So
Maybe-
I could. Yeah.
So yeah, maybe this next episode, maybe they'll hand out the cell phone, but they cannot do a war in one episode.
Yeah. I really hope they don't do a recap episode 2. They need to just get it over with, honestly.
Yeah.
There hasn't been any recaps for this show though, so I don't think they will.
Well, the thing that worried me was the way they ended this episode. They ended off with the opening song.
Oh yeah.
Kind of made it seem like it was going to be the end, and they're going to like end it with a cliffhanger. But there is another episode, so I think we should be okay.
I think if there was a recap, it would have been announced. Because I think I think so far like, every recap we've known about, like people, it's been announced ahead of time.
Yeah,
Okay.
if they're gonna end up doing a recap, I think it's like it would say that the news or the big news that's on this Like they announced like another season, that I could easily see like the beginning of the next season being like the recap episode.
Mhm.
But I can't see this episode being a recap. Or this next one coming up.
Yeah, I hope so.
I mean, I'm hoping that's what's gonna happen.
I mean, I feel like it'd be just too late for a recap, right?
Right.
Oh yeah, I mean, I mean, it would be a pretty terrible timing for a recap.
Yeah, but as I mentioned, the only reason why I got this weird vibe was just to wait at the end of this episode. Just
Yeah, it definitely did seem kind of like a wrap up.
That was really weird. Well, like it was weird to me because when that happened, I just remember Strand saying, there's only like one or two more episodes
One
left.
episode,
It's like,
yeah.
so it's like, oh god, like what's gonna happen? Like. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be optimistic. I'm gonna say like they're just gonna announce the second season after next week, and then we'll get the war.
Yeah, I'm gonna hope for the best.
Yeah. Oh, maybe they got a movie coming out too.
Oh god. Yeah, I'm just hoping for another season at this point.
I don't know.
I mean, I would be okay with a movie if it's all about the war.
I guess maybe it depends like how long the war is in the manga, but
right.
I don't know if it's gonna be as long as a movie's worth.
I would say so.
Or I think like I was hoping it'd be longer than that, but
right. I mean, did you guys notice any of the like with Tsukasa's army at the end, where they kind of just stood there in a group? Did anyone kind of stand out to you guys at all, or no?
No, I wasn't paying attention.
I don't think so.
Because he has like a good 5 or 6 guys that I don't think I've seen before. So I'd say if they're going to do a movie, I think there'll be enough materials for it to last 1.5, 2 hours.
Oh, definitely enough to last. I'm just saying, like, I'm hoping that the war will be longer. That it'll require like a whole season.
But then that goes to my point from last week. Do you think after this war, is that pretty much it then? There's no other material to work off of?
Oh, I mean, the manga is still running, so there's gotta be something.
Oh, okay. Oh, never mind then.
So, I don't know what. Like, what would you do? Like I don't know if you would introduce like some random like new villain after Tsukasa, or if you just end it as a truce and like you have to run away or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose so. Otherwise, maybe a new sickness is coming that they haven't encountered, or they can't.
Yeah. So it's basically like a new villain or like a plague, and then and then they have to call it truce just to like, and then you get to the actual science part of like figuring out what the plague is. So I'd be interested more in that than just fighting. I guess I don't think this show doesn't really stand out when it's like shonen fighting. I think it's much better for the science.
Yeah, I think with the recipe that they've been going so far, I think it's perfect. I mean, I haven't really been bored. Every show seems to be exciting or progressing somewhat. So I think if they do what they do for a while, they'll be fine.
Yeah. Does anyone else say anything else?
No, that's pretty much it. But look at that PPAP song. It's I'm telling you, it'll be hilarious.
I have a pen. I have an apple. Apple pen.
All right, we're gonna move away from pen and pineapple to Fire Force. This episode is actually pretty badass with the sniper fight.
This shootout was the best shootout I've ever seen. They just went all out. This dude was like describing it, whatever his name was, and he was like, "This is just a shootout between tanks." I'm like, "Yeah, they got that firepower."
Dude, insane. That dude had what, 6, 7 barrels? He just
I feel like I had more, but
did he? Oh, I only saw 6 or so. But man, it's insane how he has so much firepower though. That's insane. Like, I know he's a lieutenant and I feel like he's kind of a meme in itself. But yeah, this guy was pretty badass this episode.
I mean, when they show like flashbacks of him, they remind him like how strong he is. So
right.
Like even though he's always like serious, but it's because he's so strong that he puts on his serious face.
Yeah, bro, this man can cook. He's somewhat of a technician / engineer. He's a great leader. Man, this guy is man's got a lot of qualities to him.
Dude, like this guy, some chick needs to like wife, husband him up instantly, dude. This dude has it
yeah.
all.
This guy puts other girls to shame with his cooking.
Actually,
ability.
though,
Come on.
look at his cooking. He put all the women in the household to shame. It's like, all right, wait, I shouldn't be saying that. Actually, I apologize. I'm actually sorry. Oh my god.
What are you guys talking about?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Fire Force.
Okay.
Oh,
Fire. Oh, we're on Fire
Yeah.
Force. Okay, sorry, my internet died.
no, that's all right. But yeah, so apparently the lieutenant is just badass. He has I don't see a bad quality to this guy. The man can cook, he can shoot, he's a good technician, he's a good leader. This man's got pride and confidence for days.
I mean,
Man.
he was traumatized when his best friend turned into Infernal.
What's this
Right.
guy's name for research purposes?
It's like Himawa or so. I forgot like his full name. Like,
I just call him a lieutenant. I'm not really sure.
That's me doing research, guys.
Okay.
but
Yeah, Hinawa.
Okay. But yeah,
Oh,
this
yeah.
guy is much respect to him.
Sniper guy is he's climbing the ranks of like one of my favorite characters.
Mhm.
I mean, him and Captain Obi are pretty badass too.
True.
The
Well, we
captain's
haven't-
kind of
'cause-
generic for me.
Yeah, I'm hoping
Well,
for
because the captain like he doesn't have any powers, so
yeah,
he's
he's
still
brute strength.
he's just strong even with the handicap. So that's why I always give
Yes.
characters like that mad
He reminds-
respect.
Well, the
He reminds
lieutenant
me of
doesn't
the
have any powers
captain,
either.
and he reminds me of the captain in Haikyuu.
Okay.
The guy doesn't seem like anything special, but he's just like a solid
Well,
person.
the difference
all around.
is this is a world with fire powers, and he's literally handicapped.
Yeah, but so is the lieutenant. He doesn't have any special powers either.
No, yeah, he has
Yeah,
second
that's-
second generation. That's
Yeah,
where
That's
his
how he ended the fight. He was
That's
like,
how-
"Oh,
that-
Okay.
so he uses the fire powers of the bullets to make him go faster. So
Oh, okay.
when
Alright.
when he was doing the barrel was exploding because he was like making the bullet go so fast with his firepower.
Well, I thought that was like an engineer thing because
No,
that's
no,
why he had
it's
to use
his
barrels.
second. He's a second gen user.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whereas like Maki and Shinra are like third gen. I think
Mhm.
Arthur's second gen. I don't remember if he's second or third gen.
Guys, Arthur is climbing on one of my favorites as well.
I still think he's a
so
dumbass.
cool. Dude, he's dumb as fuck, but he's hilarious. I love this guy.
I like his effort.
Yeah.
He's a samurai knight.
God. Yeah.
Or Knight Samurai, one or the other.
Yep. Yep. But I think he started with Knight Samurai, but then he says
Yeah.
like, no, I'm a
He's
samurai.
like, wait, that makes no sense. That would make me a samurai.
Samurai.
JK, I'm a samurai knight. All right, dude.
God, I don't know, dude. Like his whole like at first, like his character, I thought like this is the dumbest character ever. Like just like the design, everything about it, and then all of a sudden, like now I'm starting to just like the guy even more and more.
Yeah, his training made him pretty strong, apparently. He just had to focus his thoughts.
Yeah,
Listen to the breathing that's going to take your life.
yeah,
Well, it's because like he was originally trained as like using like Western style fighting with like the whole like King Arthur thing, but now like, that he was trained under like Penny. Like now he's like they obviously taught him like the samurai training. So
I don't think
Yeah.
he was trained at all, honestly. He just came up with the idea because he could use a
all
sword.
just because he's used Chunibyo about King Arthur.
Yeah, I think that was pretty much it. And then with actual sword training, he's just like amazing, especially with his self-confidence or with his self-image.
Hey man,
Which
it
one
gives
of
him
you guys
power.
summoned the champion from the heavens? I am
Hey.
here.
Hey, it gives him power, so whatever works for him.
Did any of you guys end up seeing the PV for like this next arc coming up, or I guess this current arc?
No.
I don't
Oh,
watch
God.
movies.
Wait, there's a
Dude.
PV for it? What?
There's a yeah. I'll have to share it to you later, but I'm excited. I'll leave it at that.
Wait, it's almost ending though, so why would you watch it?
David, you know what?
Just enjoy
Why
the
would you want to
Might
spoil
be
yourself when you have like a couple more episodes left?
David,
Just enjoy it, sir.
okay, I don't consider it a spoiler because it is I don't want to say commercial, but it's a trailer. I watched the trailer.
Hey, movie trailers spoil themselves all the time. This is the exact same thing.
I mean, I guess. but it's still to hype you up, and I'm
or spoil you.
fine, David. Whatever. Tomato,
Or you
tomato.
could be like me and still thought this was a show about actual firefighting before it started.
I mean, yeah, that would have been kind of fun too. But you know, whatever. It's too late now, man.
Oh, but I just want to mention too how this episode when they had the third, the company number 3 captain, and he was with Lisa, and he was like saying, "Oh, you better listen to me because I raised you." That was so fucking creepy.
Oh yeah,
That was
it's
a
got
little weird.
that sexual predator sounding to it.
God,
Yeah.
that was so. I was cringing so hard during that.
I
I
hate
don't
that
want.
guy.
I don't want to hear this.
Yeah, I just really
But,
hate that guy.
Lisa was looking pretty hot, if I do say so myself. Just
Oh,
gotta
yes,
throw it out
yes.
there.
Yeah,
Looking
who gets
good.
off that sexual harassment?
Nah, you like them tentacles.
What?
Those
No.
those fire tentacles or lava tentacles, whatever those things were.
Whoa! I was just getting off on the looks, not
Sure.
about her powers. All right,
That's
You
okay.
Wait,
gotta
you're
get
getting off about what now? What?
her looks. Starting over here is all about them tentacles, apparently.
Whatever,
That's,
man.
that's a different.
Don't act like you didn't notice those.
I even forget where they come from because wasn't her power tools like magnetics? How's that? What does this
Yeah.
tentacles have to do with like magnetism?
No, it was to whatever. I forgot exactly how it works, but they're drawn to the magnetic fields of a person, and she can have it react to a certain field. So basically, she can have it be attracted to a person's magnetic field that they naturally produce. And then the tentacles, I guess, just smashes the shit out of you, like Ilaoi from League of Legends.
Peter would know.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't really have much more because I think majority of this episode was just this, the sniper fight, which I bet I actually thought was a really cool fight.
It was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Arthur thing just added up to the hype. I thought it couldn't get any more hype than that. I thought the lieutenant was gonna die, and then here you go, seeing Arthur like just watching everything popping out from the heavens.
Yeah, I like how the guy was just watching and doing nothing. So that's a
Like-
questionable part. By
Like
him.
I wasn't like too like excited about like just like the nether like area around here, but this whole area is like it's bringing besides like the girls like everyone else is just bringing out like their it's bringing out their strengths and like showing them off really well.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully like the last like when Shinra fights his brother, it'll be pretty epic too.
I mean,
To
it's
match all
gotta,
this.
right? It's gotta with Shimura's new rapid kick man or whatever.
Yeah, his
Wait,
jet
you-
propulsion.
Did you
Jet-
get the joke of his naming scheme? Because I didn't really get it. The whole man thing.
I think it's because it's what was it like? I'm trying to remember because it's Shinra, the character of Shinra, and then I think the character of
Show, right?
So then, what character to put in the middle?
Man, I believe it's man.
Is it Mon? Like I don't know like if there's a Japanese word for that or it's like the English word man, but it was a weird like English translation that like it was a weird translation that even like the subs had to like they just put the Japanese word because they knew they couldn't translate it.
Yeah.
Oh, right. But yeah, I mean, I feel like the scheming was kind of weird, but he's got to have more tricks up his sleeves with the whole rapid acceleration. Because after seeing what he can do, or seeing the increase of his speed, and seeing the OP where he fights against Sho, it feels like he's blinking as well to catch up with Sho and his increased speed. So was it really just a physical enhancement ability that Sho has?
I don't know. They still haven't explained it.
I'm sure we'll find out.
Like it's either
Hopefully.
it's either physical or it's like what do you perceive him as like that?
Yeah,
Like,
because then when
because
he-
like it's either the one person sees him like not moving or it's if it's physical because when he first did that to Shinra, I couldn't tell if Arthur could not see him or not because that would
Right.
show if it's either like physical or it's like a perceived like reality.
Right. But then with this episode, when the engineer was captured, who I thought was a fake, by the way, but it turns out he was the real engineer. But Victor's like, yeah, use your rapid kick. And then he went from like a certain amount of meters to a blink of an eye. He was able to kick the guy that was holding Victor hostage. So it felt like he blinked in a sense. And he was able to kick him to save Victor.
Yeah.
No.
So I feel like at this point he's caught up, like speed wise, and I feel as if you're able to go as fast, you're able to perceive that fast speed as normal speed.
You
So
get
he's
used
able
to
to
it,
fight
yeah.
with Sho, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that fight's gonna be pretty hype.
Yeah. So I can't wait for that fight to occur.
Yeah, because the show like when they do like action fights, they do them really well. It's like
Hell yeah, they do.
it's just like they just fall apart in like so many other places. So
What studio was this again?
I think it might be. I'm trying to think, it might be David Production, which is the JoJo studio, maybe.
I suppose
I
I
need
can
I need to
check
look it up, but like
David Production. Yep.
Yeah, so I think they're the one that does JoJo. I think.
No.
No. Oh, never mind. Then.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, I got nothing till next episode. So.
All right. All right. Well, that's gonna be it for Fire Force then. We're head over to Fate Grand Order.
No. We'll head back to One Piece.
Oh, One Piece. Okay.
Because I think we're ready for that this week.
The man of the hour himself, Sasha.
Hey guys, feels so good to be back. Yeah. All right, One Piece. Now I know we were not here last week. Neither Peter or I, my better half, if you will, or worse half, as some would say. Unfortunately, he's still the worst half because he's still out. So my prediction for Peter is he will turn into one of those pieces of trash and follow Chisaki around.
Oh my god.
But still got love for you, Peter. Not really. Okay.
Not really.
Anyways, One Piece. Man, it's been a crazy past 2 episodes. So last week's episode ended up with Kaido. So I know you guys aren't familiar with One Piece too much, but Kaido is one of the big emperors that Luffy's looking to defeat, and he's pretty OP. His backstory is he's tried to commit suicide or attempt suicide like 17 times, and each time he's failed. And I remember one clip specifically, they just show him. He's like this big, buff-ass ripped dude who just jumps off of a cliff that's probably, I don't know, a couple thousand meters or feet or whatever. And yeah, he survives. He's like, man, why am I still alive? So basically, why this guy's important to the story is he's kind of like a big deal in terms of running drugs around. And then he creates basically knockoff devil fruits. And devil fruits are the things that give people their powers. So Luffy has gone around, taken out one of his primary middlemen who used to control the product. Then they destroyed the factory, and then they interfered with Big Mom. So Kaido is pretty pissed off. And I haven't read the manga, so I don't know much about him other than he looks really badass and he's uber powerful. So the end of 9/12, which is the week prior, Kaido is just in there drinking. Apparently, he hates his life so much that he lives on a giant skull on some random island where it's always like overcast. So basically Seattle. And he's getting drunk off his ass. And his underlings were like, boss, blah, blah. He's like, I'm tired of that boy Mugiwara taking my shit. I'm out of here. And so I'm like, all right, where is this episode really going? And then he stands up and you start seeing him shapeshift. And I was just like, what? And he shapeshifts into a giant ass dragon, like the original long ass dragon from Dragon Ball Z, not the fat one.
Oh, damn.
Like the original Shenron?
There you go, Shenron, original Shenron. And he's like a blue Shenron, basically. And I was completely caught off guard because I had no idea. And then basically he takes off and he shows up to the island where Luffy's at. And that's where the episode ends. And I was like, oh, snap. And then in this episode, man, things got even more intense because basically he's on the hunt. He's like, I'm tired of looking for this guy. He's ruined so much of my plan. I'm ready to just take out his whole crew. So what happens is Luffy has kind of messed up the plan that they were assembling. Basically, what they wanted to do is sneak attack Kaido after taking out a lot of his resources. Well, that was all ruined when Luffy got involved with the town, and it was revealed that Luffy, Zoro, and Law were all spotted on the island, and one of Kaido's henchmen actually saw them, and so he's able to relay that information. And so during this whole episode, what you're watching is Kaido lands upon the island. Everyone's freaked the fuck out. Even his underlings are like, why is he here? Like, his most powerful ones just sit there shaking. He's like, where are you? Where, boy? And they're like, sir, are you drunk? He's like, no, I ain't drunk. So I thought that was hilarious. Like, that this drunk-ass dragon just shows up. And he's roaming around. Everyone's scared shitless. And that's when Luffy's whole crew finds out, oh, dude, you completely messed up the plan. So Luffy starts running away from their location because I think he's going to go attack him head on or do something to distract him from his crew. And then Law joins him. And as you're watching the episode, you're like, what's about to happen? Because we're getting towards the end time. So Kaido finds out their location because one of his henchmen guesses and is like, hey, I think they're over at that like sacred mountain. And he's like, yeah, I'm going over there. And I thought he would go there and confront them. And that's where the episode ends. However, he points in their direction. And then it feels like old school Dragon Ball Z where someone is preparing an attack for like 3 episodes and then they finally launch it and it kills half. So it felt like Frieza launching his like little death bomb. So he sits there, he powers up, and I'm like, oh snap, and blasts away the crew. Apparently, okay. So he aims it, it blasts, it goes through the mountain, it destroys half of it, and all you see are basically everyone who was on that mountain looking at him die except for Luffy and Law because and two other characters. So are they dead? I don't think so. Obviously, it'd be like horrible character development to show Luffy's entire crew just die, or actually most of it. So they probably have some type of technique or thing they did to escape it. But for right now, it seems like they are dead, and at least Luffy believes it. So really, really good last few episodes where they're ending on these notes where you're still satisfied with the episode, and there's something to look forward to. So I'm very excited to see how they, how they pull this one off. Because if they do something cheap, like, oh, this guy has a magic blanket and it can protect against fire-breathing dragon lasers, that's where I'm going to be like, that was kind of a cheap shot by the writer. But yeah, it's epic, man. I like Kaido's backstory. I like the fact that he's this drunken, suicidal guy who's just on a mission to drug the whole world. And you got Luffy and Law working together, but you can tell the tensions are quite high between the two because Law is like, dude, can we please just stick to the plan? And Luffy's like, yeah, I got you, man. Oh, by the way, so I'm a big fan of this arc. I think this is the best One Piece arc in quite a while, and the action just keeps getting more and more tense. So I'm curious. I did not expect them to introduce Kaido this quickly into the fold, or to end on a couple. Not this one's a cliffhanger, but the last one wasn't. So not to end on an actual cliffhanger this time. It's my body's ready for more One Piece.
Cool.
Yes, Peter. Fuck you.
Again.
Oh my god.
Peter got his wish though now because literally, allegedly, all that's remaining are Luffy and Law. So we've gotten rid of all the other essential characters. So
the other ones that he did not care about.
Yep, there you go, Peter. You have been served for at least one episode. You got your wishes.
I don't think he'll be happy until Luffy gives Zoro his sword.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
I wonder if that'll happen. Well, if
no.
Yeah, okay, fine. You little fan. But anything else?
Honestly, no. I mean, that's how well One Piece is going. Where I'm not complaining about the pacing. I'm sure people who read the manga have more insight there, but I haven't read it for quite a while. Not since the last arc, probably. And I think I read the whole arc in manga form. So, and that was good because it was just so long. I think I had like white hairs on my chin by the time I was done with that. So this arc's really good though. Everything's on point so far. Big thumbs up.
All right, nice.
Yeah, steroid filled thumbs up.
Sounds good.
All right, so we're gonna head over now to Fate Grind Order. It's gonna be me and Stren again.
Oh yes.
So this is a pretty weird episode. I don't know, like.
It definitely seems like a random, like one of the random levels in the mobile game where it's just
like after this, because like 2 episodes ago it was so epic, and now it's just like these past two has been like
it's like the cooldown period.
So weird, it's so weak in comparison.
Yeah, the what is it? The episode starts with they're talking to Gilgamesh.
They got Ishtar to join.
Yep, yeah, Ishtar to join, and then they're trying to come up with some sort of plan to kill the Gorgon, and then Gilgamesh comes up with a plan that you can that there's like an axe. I think that can kill the Gorgon.
That's like the RPG weapon that you need to equip.
Yeah, but did they explain anything more about the axe besides just
something about like I think it was one of the weapons that can kill Tiamat, and that's why they want it.
Okay.
Maybe like in the original lore, it's what killed Tiamat.
I can see that happening. Yeah. Yeah, and then so they end up going to. Well, actually, first they said they were going to like one of the 3 goddesses. Quetzalcoatl.
Just call it the Final Fantasy 8 summon.
Yeah, that FF8 summon.
Yeah.
No,
where like
it deserves its name to be pronounced properly, sir.
I will attempt. I will do the best that I can.
Like before all that, like because we find out that like it wasn't Jaguar Man that was controlling that one city. It was Quetzalcoatl or whatever. Like Like, so that's why that's why we had Jaguar Man that was supposed to be in South America, because Quetzalcoatl is it's a Mayan god. So that just raises the question: why is there a Mayan god in Mesopotamia? Like, how does that make any sense?
I don't think Fate actually follows
Like,
those things.
how are you gonna explain like there's a Mayan god in Mesopotamia? And same thing with Gorgon. Like, you know, if she was Tiamat, that's fine. But then it's revealed she's Gorgon. So now there's a Greek god in Mesopotamia before, you know, the Greeks ever existed, and you know, before like Mayans were around. So
What kind of makes it sound like they're being revived, or like they're maybe being summoned. Maybe there's another master.
So these singularities, like I thought we were going back in time. So are they just like pulling servants from the future, or what?
Well, they said that the only way that they can get servants is like if they've already been dead.
But we're going back in time, aren't we?
Yeah,
And this is like the furthest back in time we can go.
Yeah, I have no clue.
Are we pulling? So I guess I should have questioned this earlier when they had, you know, Pantheon and Ishiwaku, because they were also they didn't belong there. I guess you can say same with Merlin too. Merlin, I don't know what Anna is, but you know, Merlin, like he was summoned there. So I never questioned that. But now that we had like Quetzalcoatl like as a goddess, like that's a huge important part of the story. It's like I should have questioned this earlier. Like, why are all these place like servants and gods here?
Well, remember Ushiwaka and then the Pantheon one or the Sparta one, whatever you want to call them. They were summoned by Gilgamesh.
So I know they were talking about Gilgamesh. That makes more sense because they're servants. But then one of the actual three goddess alliance is a Mayan god. So that makes less sense. So
yep, I have no idea
so
about
like
that.
That's why I'm. So again, like that guy on Reddit, he was saying like, you know, he was saying this is self-explanatory. Why doesn't it make sense? Or the other guy, he was saying, you know, this only has a 7.9 in my anime list. People have shit taste. Like, no, this is exactly why it's rated lower, because of shit like this.
Yeah, I mean, unless they explain it later, but I don't really think they're going to.
Like, well, then screw the other guy who said like self-explanatory. Like,
that's a comment from somebody that has no idea himself.
God, like.
So.
Oh, and then just one small nitpick too is because Quetzalcoatl, she was speaking Spanish, but it's like she's a Mayan god, so she should have been speaking Mayan. But of course, Japanese don't care.
Yeah, they're like whatever.
They don't know. They just speak Spanish, even though the Inquisition killed off all the Mayan priests, temples, and stuff.
Yeah, at this point, you just have to watch for the eye candy. That is the animation. And then not pay as much attention to the story.
Like when they convinced Jaguar Man to come over too, that was really weird.
Yeah, that was kind of
I was cringing. Like that was
kind of stupid, but I mean it's.
And then of course I made the mistake of checking Reddit. It's like, okay, is anyone gonna say anything about how weird and confusing how weird this episode is? Nope.
Probably
Everyone's like nope. Everyone's like, oh, haha, this is so funny how he got her over with. How it's so funny how this show is self-aware, or it's like, haha, this show.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, I was like, oh my god, this fucking suck Reddit.
Well, every time I've gone to Reddit to look over an episode that I've watched, I've never really see too many negative comments. I always just see people who love the show or really like the show, whichever. But I've never. I can't really remember the last time I went to an episode to see people's response or
people,
reaction. People shitting on it.
Like Shokugeki and Fire Force, people were negative on those, even late during the season.
Yeah, I haven't really gone to Reddit recently for Food Wars.
I'm just disappointed because I feel like the quality of Reddit discussions used to be much better than this. Where people you would still like lay out your criticism even for a show you enjoy, but now it's just people just posting like gifs, pictures, and like just saying like the meme like comment.
Yeah,
like there's so many like meme comments now. It's like there's no actual discussion. So
yeah, but I really got nothing else. I mean, the only thing I can say is like for the future for the show. I mean, they have Ishtar and the Jaguar, so whatever fight that's going to happen, it's going to be pretty
For
intense.
adding people to the party.
Yeah, adding people to the party that are what, goddesses.
Got
Or
it.
close
Well,
to.
Ishtar is the goddess, and then Jaguar is the divine servant or whatever.
Yeah, so I'm
And who, by the way, like kicked like destroyed like Merlin and Anna and Mash when they tried to fight her.
yeah. So whatever fight that comes up next, it's gonna be pretty awesome.
So, but it's basically just gonna be like just those two carrying, because it just seems like our regular party is just useless as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for Mash's Noble Phantasm. Come on, Fate.
That'll be like some like world destroying blast, and then that's when Mash will use hers.
Give me my fortress. That's all I want to see.
Hey, you saw the first episode.
Dude,
briefly. That was basically used to land. So
yeah, to land. That was just like a wall, not a fortress.
Well, yeah, fair enough. But anyway, I'm still looking forward to the future of the show, mainly for like fights and stuff. But I'm not gonna take this.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Gilgamesh again.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take...
I mean, the fights are cool. Yeah, I'll say that the fights are cool, but
yeah,
it's like, man, I find it hard to recommend this show to like anyone but's not a diehard Fate fan.
Yeah, you definitely have to like look up some synopsises or be following up to now to watch it. But anyway, I'm good.
All right, so that's gonna be it for Fire Force. And then I'm gonna head over to Kemono Michi, Rise Up, or I will have Straight and Ku take over.
Yeah, go ahead, Ku.
All right, so it is finally progressing. Mao and Animal Mask finally meet up, but the episode started off kind of weird. Apparently, the three bandits from the very beginning, they finally work up the courage to get paid back on Genzo, so they steal his dog, and then they sell it off to this really rich dude that sold it for like, or that bought it for like 8 million.
Way too much.
Way too much. And then when Genzo finds out where the dog was taken, I forget. And then the princess is back trying to get him to do his job to kill the Demon King.
What he was summoned for.
Right. So he just neglects her and says, "No, I'm gonna go walk my dog." Finds out he's stolen and he looks for him. Finally finds a dog, and there was like a sappy story that I didn't really care for.
Same.
Like the father that bought it was like, "No, like this is my dog now. I bought it," which is like fair and square. And then the princess was like, "Oh, if I can buy back his dog for him, he'll finally do his job." So she runs off to go like raid the castle's vault or whatever to get the gold needed to buy the dog back. And in the meantime, the girl recognizes that, "Oh, is this your dog? Oh man, like since it's your dog, at first I'll give it back to you." And then the father's like, "No," and the girl makes a sad puppy dog face, and he's like, "Okay, well, I'll let you buy it back for half the amount I bought it for." And then the daughter like becomes even sadder, and it becomes this ongoing thing. Okay, maybe half of that, to the point where it's like finally the amount that he can actually afford, because apparently Shigure, or the wolf girl, had enough money saved up to buy the dog back. So after they finally buy the dog back, they go back into town, and they notice that Mao figured out where he lived and was waiting for him at their house. So apparently they're going to have another tournament where Mao fights against Genzo, and
what we've been waiting for.
Yep, and then the whole vampire and dragon girl rivalry, they're going to fight as well. And I believe that was the whole episode.
Yeah. The part that I kind of thought was because like they've already made one attempt to steal his dog before, but the ant guy denied that. So right. I don't know. So I was thinking like, all right, well, I mean, they were like going back to it, but then instead this time like the ant guy didn't steal him. So I was just like, come on, like the ant guy would be right there, because the ant guy is just MVP in this show.
Yeah, he really is. I really hate the fact that they didn't really showcase him more, but I guess that's why I like him so much, just because like you don't expect it, but he's just there. So it's a nice random surprise factor.
Kind of just seems like a random person that's just there, and but then he's basically just kind of like the solid guy that just keeps or takes care of the house.
Control.
Yeah, that too.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say also thought it was pretty funny too at the beginning where I keep forgetting that girl's name, the dog girl, where Genzo just keeps hitting on.
Yeah.
And then she just gets denied.
Yeah, she was actually pretty depressed, right? Like, I wonder if that's just how all old housewives are. They don't get the attention they want, and now that she doesn't, like, she was getting used to it from Genzo constantly like complimenting her and like just kind of like wooing her over.
Yeah.
Now that she doesn't get it, she's like, "Oh man," and he didn't notice my new shampoo this time or something like that.
Genzo already took her. Genzo took her husband.
Yeah, I don't need you no more, woman.
Yeah. What was the denial about?
When he came across her, what do you mean?
Yeah, when they ended up like talking.
Oh, he just said, I'm looking for my dog. I'm sorry, I don't have time." And he just
that's what it
brushes
was.
her to the side. Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember what happened in the episode.
Mm-hmm. And then, also I forgot to mention, when he finally bought the dog back from that rich guy, the rich guy told him who he bought it from, and he forgot all those 3 bandits or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And I was kind of hoping for more of a gruesome
Death
punishment, right?
Yeah.
Like death, right? But this dude basically just knocks him out like he normally does, and he calls it quits. It's like, what was the point of going through all that if that's all you're gonna do to them?
Yeah, I'm just like tired of those 3 people. I mean, they've showed up so many times in the show now, and it's just getting tiring. It's like the same thing over and over again. Reminds me of Team Rocket, and I just don't. I really at this point just don't want to see them anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I guess comparing it to Team Rocket, it kind of makes sense. But at least with Team Rocket, I expected it, and I was okay with them. Well, then with this episode, I thought they were gonna like turn over because of that tournament they had the first time.
Yeah.
But I guess not. So
right.
And otherwise, again, it's getting better, but it's getting close to where it's getting close to the end of the season or end of the series.
Yeah, so as expected. 2 episodes left.
Yeah. Do you think they're gonna, after they fight, they're gonna teleport it back, or how do you think the series is gonna end?
No, I don't think so. Because I'm pretty sure that actually I would assume that the story or the manga is probably still going, or whatever the original. It's still going.
Okay.
So I'm gonna guess it is still going, because I mean he still hasn't done like his lifelong dream of starting a pet shop. He's just basically been hoarding pets to this point.
Yeah.
So I do think, like, with the battle with Mao, it's gonna be like just one of those, after they battle, it's gonna be just one of those rivalries in the thing where they're just gonna kind of keep fighting. It's gonna be their way of earning money and to support it.
Right.
And I think the other demon lord is gonna kind of like make one of those appearances, not make an appearance, but they're gonna reference it at the end and say like, oh, now like, no, we have to face or go for the true demon lord somehow.
Right, because there's still some unknown factors, right? There's still 2 more houses of the demon lords that we're not familiar with.
Yeah.
Right. We know about the dragon clan, the vampire clan.
Yeah.
And that's about it. We still don't know what the demon lord really looks like.
Yeah.
So I guess there could be something to work off of for season 2. But if it continues at the pace that this season has been going, I don't think I'm going to be interested in watching it anymore.
Yeah, this show, it definitely seems it's one of those where it's just like a one-time thing, and then I think it's more just to get interest for the manga or the original source. So I can't see this show being big enough for another season. But I mean, if it does, I'll still watch it. But it's definitely not like this other person's creation with Konosuba.
I'd say
really strong, but
yeah, I'd give it about 4 episodes and see how it goes.
Yeah,
it was a new season,
but
I'm surprised that this manga is still going on, because wasn't it the same writer as Konosuba?
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's just like I mean, I know like some of the writers don't they usually, like, if they get bored either I don't want to say bored, or maybe like a writer's block, that they start writing something else. Do you know, David?
I don't know how it exactly works, but Konosuba is a light novel, not a manga, so it's easier for light novels to like work on multiple series.
Okay. Yeah, I wonder if the original source for this,
like how the Sword Art writer was writing Excel World at the same time as Sword Art, or like the Fullmetal Panic writer, he was writing other stuff. Like he was writing Copcraft and Machiavellian Park, and then the new like Fullmetal Panic.
Gotcha. Yeah, the original source for Kemono Michi is a manga.
Oh, okay.
Manga. Okay, so might
Fingers
not even just
crossed
be
then.
drawing. He might just be like the writer and have someone else draw it for him.
Right.
But, so that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, fingers crossed, because that would suck if it doesn't get better. Because like I said, I really wanted to like this. It was pretty funny at first, but now it's just
Yeah, they ended up just doing the same things over and over again, and they just kind of overkilled what made it like funny and like, special in the first place.
Uh-huh.
So which was too bad. But I mean, it's not bad. But it's not really good
you
either.
don't sound confident in that.
yeah, you don't
Strand.
sound confident in that statement.
Yeah, I mean, there's still
It's pretty bad.
There are still a lot of funny moments, but I would recommend other isekais over this one to people who like either were just getting into isekais or
Mhm.
looking for other ones. So
Yeah, maybe if you're into wrestling, you might like it a lot more.
or that too. Yeah.
But even then, there wasn't really that many wrestling aspects.
God no. I mean, it's like just starting to get into like more wrestling stuff like, after the first episode, and this is like the end of the season. So
Yeah.
I feel like that's like a lot of issues that a lot of like shows, like animes or mangas or light novels go through. Is like they come up with an interesting initial idea, but then like they never like go through with it, or they pivot somewhere, and then like it goes too far.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they had a concept, but they just lost track of what they were doing because they're just trying to do so many things that it just doesn't seem to work or flow well.
Yeah. But all right, I got nothing else until next week.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be it. So we would be going to Orosiki, but they had a recap episode,
Which is
for
a
some
really
reason.
weird time. It's a really weird time to have a recap episode.
It's because like I think they originally, I don't know, is it 12 episodes or 13?
12.
12. Okay, yeah. So they originally, like, 12 is like the lowest you can go, and like, so I guess you can't do 11. So basically, like, they just
So
they had 11 planned, and then like this is just fill out that time slot.
So there's only 3 episodes left, and they don't know how to finish it. I'm guessing.
Or they only had enough for 11, and like, so I guess they didn't have enough to fill out that last one.
Well, the recap isn't counting against it, though. I don't think.
Is
No,
it not?
it's
I don't
No.
think so. It was a separate thing.
Yeah, recap just recap.
So maybe it's something with the animation, and they
I don't
had to throw something in.
I don't know. I've never seen like a recap like in like a one season show like this. It's really weird.
Bro, Beatless.
Is that what happened?
No, I've
No,
seen it before.
Beavis
but
was
not-
production issues, but that was
Oh, okay, gotcha.
that was like 18 episodes, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah, it was really weird, but we can talk about that some other time
right.
or
Okay.
off the podcast.
No, I've seen the recaps happen for 12 season or 12 show seasons or series, but they usually happen in the middle of the series, like after episode 6 or so. Not
Oh, yeah.
episode 9 or whatever.
Yeah,
I feel like that's way too late for a recap.
yeah, it was just a really weird
So
time for
I
a
assume
recap.
if it's not like planned, it's probably like production issues usually.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, so we will continue next weekend with Orisuki, and also if Peter joins the podcast, he also is watching the show now, so we can get his thoughts on it.
If he finally joins us one
Yep.
day,
Yep.
that bastard just comes in for like 2 episodes, just the tease, and never shows his face ever again.
appears again. Yeah,
I just
our
want
One
him to
Piece portion is weak.
I want him to defend himself against Sasha. That's what I want.
Yeah, but yeah,
All right. Well, that's gonna be it for this week. Want to thank everyone for listening. Want to thank my panel for joining me this week.
no problem, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun. Oh, just in case no one knows too, we got Ku and Brian a new mic. So
Yeah.
Brought to you
hopefully
by
you can-
David.
yeah. So hopefully you can recognize the difference in your voice quality.
Yeah.
And just from here on out, we're just gonna keep improving the show, especially after this week. Well, over the break, hopefully we'll find ways to like improve, just bring the quality up. That's all I'm trying to do is like increase the quality as we go. That I mean, hopefully by a year from now, like it's so much better than like this season.
Hopefully,
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's
If you have any critiques,
All you
or
listeners,
suggestions, that'd be great.
15 likes on YouTube. Brian sends nudes. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, that's where I
Hey,
aim
check
for.
who likes these because I'm not counting everybody here. Because if
Is
that's
that one
already,
German
halfway
guy?
through.
15 fake accounts. Okay, let's go.
Yep.
All right, so that's how we get for us. So thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Bye.
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 Bye-bye.
Bye bye.